forgot all about that. It's a whole nother year.
Of the revenue you make, right? Much like in a startup.
Yes, man, and let's get some of our old soldiers back out.
Musicians to be professional, they know how to talk.
To help them wake up happy. It's not about a rectangle at a price.
All right, y'all, we tuned in for another episode of Bake That Radio Show. This is the first in-person interview I've done this year. The other ones I've done have been via Zoom.
Oh.
Yeah, I subscribe to this service called Podmatch, and I've been interviewing people all over the country, all over the world. And I like the service too, because when you get on it, all these different podcasters are there. So you have like bios and stuff you can pull from. They got questions that they're ready to answer. So it makes podcasting easier. So yeah, I love it. But yeah, we have Cherelle and Kiel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. See,
Kiel.
Kiel.
Our names rhyme. Cherelle
Kiel.
Right.
You know what? I just thought about that. Mm-hmm. Just driving over here. Cherelle
Bars.
Love it. Cherelle is a multifaceted individual. I met you like over a year ago at the listening party with Shearer and Tisa.
Mm-hmm.
And now here it is, full like Circle 360 or whatever you want to call it. So you are the CEO, founder, operator, owner of Cellco Music Development. I said it right, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that, I think that encompasses a lot of different things that people probably don't understand, because you're a vocal coach.
That's true.
I know you do hosting, because I've seen you done plenty of stuff at Mellows and Brittany Brown's 44th and Madison. Mm-hmm. What else?
I'm a vocal director.
Vocal director.
Mm-hmm. I do perform.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Because I think one of the events I caught down there, I think you was singing as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a couple of years ago when I was down there.
Yeah. No one wants a vocal coach that can't sing. Well, some of them do. For the most part, that's a plus. When I'm like, oh my gosh, you can sing. Because you feel like, if I'm coming to be a better singer and then they hear you as a better singer, it's like, okay, I feel like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So I can't do a whole lot of things, but I can sing a little bit.
You definitely.
But then I also like how I was scrolling through your page, and I was watching some of the videos, and I think you also, not only are you coaching people who do have the ability to sing and want to get better and perfect that, but then also people who just want to use it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Or like as gifts. Like I think one of the videos you were talking about, like if you want to just sing to your loved one and your partner or whatever and do something special for them and be more confident in that. Mm-hmm. I would have never thought that somebody would offer that type of service.
So I love that. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, just because of I do coach so many artists, like that's what they kind of know me for in this community is, she her coach, we know some Cellco musicians, because we do exude confidence on the stage. I will say that about it. There's a reason for that. But I'm a vocal coach, so anything really to have to do with vocals, that's what I'm there for. And I'm glad that I don't just coach touring musicians, we do that, but I get people that come to me that just want to get better at karaoke. Literally, I had one lady was from LA, the other one was from Georgia, and both of them came to me because they were feuding at who was the best at karaoke, and they want and they wanted, so I get people like that all the time, or people who say, I don't really want to be a musician like that, but I want to be able to hear myself and like it, like I don't like my voice. So you have to learn the voice to be able to teach them how to manipulate it. And so that's what's really fun for me too. And then the fact that even though the body structure of the voice for the most part is kind of made the same way, we all have different size vocal tracks, so you'll never meet two of the same instrument. You know what I mean? Like you can have a maker make two flutes almost identical that are going to sound the same, but it'll never be like that with the voice, because not only is our vocal tract going to be shaped differently, but our environment is differently, the way we carry our tone is different. The voice has so many different like resonant spaces, so you can change your voice, you can manipulate your voice to sound different if you don't. I do it all the time just as a performer. If I always talk about this with my clients. I was doing this gig, it was at Charity's place, Overtime, and she's also one of the local musicians, but she's like, I want you to come, and she'll do that a couple of times, I want you to come and perform again. And so I use live drop music, and what we'll do is we'll practice the whole show, and we'll drop it on like our private live, and that way we can all go back and listen to the live and see like, did I miss a bar, did my breath off, or did they miss whatever, just to kind of clean it. And this one song I did, it was Ozzy Brothers Groove With You. No, I was like, this is like song 12. So song 1 through 11, they were fine. Like, okay, maybe I missed a run here, or maybe I needed to change my dynamic on this one part. But for the most part, the songs were fine. When I got to this one song, like the whole thing was trash. The whole thing was so bad. And I was like, why does it sound so bad? And they're looking at me like, girl, you tripping it. I'm like, no. I literally hate every note coming out of my mouth. And it was because of my placement. My placement was wrong. I was taking on the placement of the artist who wrote the song, Ron. I don't know who wrote it, but I was taking on the leader's placement. So when I changed the placement to something that was more me, more comfortable, the entire song changed instantly. And that's what's so cool about the voice, is that a lot of people come to me and they're like, I just don't like my voice, or I've been singing the same way my whole life and I'm just kind of sick of it. And the great thing is that you can literally change your voice. You can strengthen your voice to change in other ways, but just like instantly learning how to use your voice as an instrument, you can change it instantaneously so that you can like it. And that's what gives me the feels. It isn't just touring musicians or being able to see someone who has 500,000 followers or 2 million followers. Like, that's nice and everything to know that, okay, they come to me, but it's when I get those texts that say, oh my gosh, my voice changed, or oh my gosh, this happened. Like, that's what really, because you're learning your instrument, just like someone who was playing the piano. No one comes out playing Bach. Like, you had to you had to get a teacher or learn online, and you had to start somewhere and then develop it. And in the same exact way, you can do that with your voice, and it's just the coolest thing to me.
That's a lot to process.
I know, I just said a whole lot, and it's like drinking from a fire hydrant. I'm sorry.
So you fine. So where do you fit in this world of what she does? Like, are you a client, musician yourself? Like,
yeah, I'm a singer.
Okay.
I was looking for a vocal coach for a while, and I was putting on Facebook for about a year, and they kept on saying Cherelle. So eventually I reached out, and you don't really know how much you need to improve until you got somebody who can tell you when you need to improve or how to do something correctly and stuff like that. So, I thought I was good.
No, he was.
I mean, I was good.
He was good before. Let's just make that clear. I didn't make him good. He was already a viral singer. Like, he had already done that. But it's different when you can learn your voice to manipulate it. So, like, I have some clips of just Kiel, like, on my Facebook page, where he would just like switch certain things, and then it would come out real clear, and he'd be like,
I'd be surprised, because most of the time you feel like you can't do it until you learn how to do it correctly. And that was my thing, learning how to do it correctly, because I was like, I didn't even know I could do that. But I'm also in the process of trying to be a coach like her.
Period.
As well.
Okay. So, and that's another reason why I wanted him to come on, is because not only is Kiel just amazing musician, because we are musicians. I know a lot of people don't consider singers musicians, but Musician is someone that's skilled in music, and every other instrument was based off of the voice.
Right.
So technically, we were the first instruments, and we were the blueprint instrument. So we are musicians, but he's not only a musician, but now he's a vocal coach too. You know, so that's what is just amazing to me is once you learn how to use your voice, the voice for the most part is structurally the same. Now we all have different issues. We all have different issues, so you do need to know how the voice can manipulate those issues. He knows how to do that, and so I'm so proud of him because, you know, I remember when he got his client, he was like, "Oh, I got my client."
Right.
He was texting me, and it was just the most cool thing ever. I'm so proud of him, and
it's just like, because I was like, I can't do this. I can't be no coach.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to compare yourself to somebody like
don't
Cherelle.
compare yourself to me.
That won't mess up at trying to compare myself to her. 'Cause I mean, that went up there. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. She was like, "You can do it" or whatever, and I was like, "Okay." So at first, I procrastinated for a while.
Well, you know, I think we all have to get that sense of confidence, right?
Yeah.
And once we hit that marker, then we're able to push through. And I love the fact that you're doing something what I consider as innovative. Not only, first of all, you can't find that many vocal coaches around here like real ones, right? I'm just saying.
We do have some good ones in Georgia. There's not a whole lot of vocal coaches that teach like the pedagogy, and I think that's what you probably mean by like the real ones, the arts and sciences of the voice, like to be able to know what the voice is. There's people who don't even know how many vocal cords they have. You know, like
so when I came across you and I was looking for other people. It's not like the same. That's like when the girl that moved from New Orleans and posted in the group, and I tagged you right away because when you came to my mind, oh, know somebody, there you go. And then I saw where everybody else started tagging too, and I love it. But yes, so you're innovative in that regard with the skill set and everything, but then also you're building a community. All right.
We have
a community, and I've seen it over time. And a lot of people don't do that. Most people, they'll start something like, start a business, have their lane that they work in, but they're not also building the infrastructure, the community that helps support the industry. Now, I've been telling people for years that Middle Georgia has enough talented people to where we can have our own entertainment hub. You don't have to run to Atlanta. You don't have to go to all these different places, and it can hit all spectrums of entertainment. We have a lot of, recording artists and stuff like that. We have a lot of poets. We have a lot of visual artists. We have a lot of studios. We have event spaces, multiple event spaces. We have media, podcasting, all that stuff. We have journalism. So I'm like, we have everything that we need to be able to really thrive and succeed. It's just that, people have to support. So in that regard, when you started, how long have you been doing this?
So SoCo Music now, I've been a musician for I started when I was in the 5th grade. That's when I got my first gig. So 5th grade, I was what? How old was I in 5th grade? I don't know how old I was in 5th grade, but it's been over 20.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm 38, so it's been about 21 years, something in that area. But SoCo Music has just been around for 7 years.
Okay.
And I didn't plan on being a vocal coach. This happened because I got a vocal coach. So it's kind of the same concept. That's why I'm so excited for Kiel, is because literally she was a celebrity vocal coach. She is a celebrity vocal coach in Atlanta. Her name is Demetria Dock. She's with Fruition Music. She teaches like Janelle Monáe, NDRE, like the greats, right? And so she brought me under her wing. She would take me to her house, and I would stay there for days sometimes, and just like, because singing is so mental too, and so she was teaching me like the mental side of it, the emotional side of it, and also the practical side of it. And then she ended up asking me to be a vocal coach. It wasn't even a year later, and I remember telling her, "Are you crazy? Like, okay, I can sing, but I mean, I could teach someone how to do that, all right? Like, I'm just learning how to do it myself. And she's like, no, yes you can, yes you can. And she taught me all of the business side. She taught me like how to like, I started off with my LLC, get your LLC, how to set up your place. Like, it's not that hard at all. And she was really, really there for me in that regard. And then when I started off, I remember I couldn't pay people to come to me when I first started.
Yeah, so that's actually what I was going to ask. Like, how was that transition?
Oh my
starting
goodness.
off, introducing something to the community that they probably didn't really have a thorough understanding and concept of.
So it was different. I will say that I had the support as far as people rooting for me. I remember when we launched on November the 1st, and I remember getting I had never gotten 300 shares of anything. So for me, I was like, that's amazing to kind of start off that way, because my thing was, I want to come out with a bang so that people know I'm here, and then we'll see what happens after that. And so I started with a bang. They knew I was a vocal coach, but just because I did that didn't mean that they necessarily trusted me to invest their money because to be honest with you, no one, and I had to learn this the hard way, I thought that like people could just support me, you know, like just pay for me to do this and, you know, then it'll grow. But that's just not how business works. People actually want, when they're paying for something, they want the product. You know what I mean? And so if I want a vocal coach, obviously I'm not paying just to support you. I'm paying because I feel like you can do it. And they didn't know me like that. So what I wanted was to actually see me help someone. So my first client was EJ. His name is EJ. He was a musician in this area, actually. He's one of the piano players for Word and Season Ministries in Warner Robins. And his dad's like a pastor. He's got like a degree in nursing, or I think it's somewhere in the medical field. But he would always, before this, he would be like, teach me how to sing, Cherelle, teach me how to do runs and stuff, you know. So he had come to me prior, before I even considered being a vocal coach, just because he liked some of the runs and stuff that I would do. And so when I became an official vocal coach, I said, EJ, I want to coach you. You don't have to pay me anything, but I want to coach you every week consistently, and us just record the progress every week. And I'm going to give you stuff that you can do on the back end to see the stages. And it was so authentic and cool. And that's what really gave me the confidence, is because, okay, it's one thing for me to learn how to sing myself, but can I actually hear a difference in the voice over time? And so he got coached, I know it was like for almost 6 months to a year. And the end result, like I would play that first recording every time and then listen to him, you know, and it was just such an astonishing change. And knowing that I could do it and that I could hear the difference is what brought the second client. And then the second one brought the fourth. And then now I don't even know where these people are coming from, that, you know, like whenever I do see people tag me, I'll try to, like, you know, screenshot it and then like, thank you so much for doing that. But half the time I don't know who is doing it, because the word of mouth has just tripled. But really it's because they've seen the result happen and they're like, oh, she can teach me how to sing, you know. So that's how it all kind of got started. And I'm so grateful for like word of mouth. But it started with me not trying to make a buck. It started with me trying to, can I do it, you know? Yeah.
So when you did start it out, what was the feedback from, like, you know what I'm saying, you're in a circle and say, like, I'm really going to do this, I'm going to structure the business and all that stuff, but they're like, I don't know, or were they like, you know, yay, do it?
Well, because I was already a vocalist, my friends, when you say like my inner circle, you mean like my closest friends?
Yeah, because, you know, we all got inner circles.
Yeah, so
people that, you know.
I never had any backlash as far as like, well, no, I'll take that back. My closest friend at the time. It was my closest friend at the time. It was a guy. And I remember him saying, no, don't be a vocal coach. And I was like, why? He was like, because you need to be on the stage. He wanted me to be an artist. But I didn't want to be an artist. artist. He wanted to be an artist. He's still on the grind to be an artist, and I respect that. But I didn't come from that background. I came from the background, my mom was a teacher, and my father was a band teacher. So he knew how to play every instrument. And I grew up, he had this jazz club, and the daytime he would teach people how to play the piano or saxophone or trumpet. And me and my brother played the instrument. I played the flute, he played the trombone and the sax, you know. And so I was always around the education of music. You know, it was almost kind of like being, you know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, how he would have like, he had some sick musicians. It was kind of like I was living that. There was never a time I remember there wasn't a band in my house. So I was on the music side of it, but both of my parents was in education. So that was in me. I didn't know that I wanted to do this. Really, my vocal coach suggesting that I should. I was like, okay, why not? You know, but I never thought that I would. But when it made sense mentally, it made sense. And I'm, to this day, every day I'm so happy. You know what I mean? Like, I've had jobs where I made good money, but I was not happy. I'm not one of those people that are driven by money. Like, I have to have a purpose. I need to see something change. I was a victims advocate for 7 years for domestic violence. So, like, to see people coming from broken families come in with their eyes swollen shut. One girl, her man snatched her eyes out, got her pregnant. She'd never seen her baby, you know. So I came from stuff like this, and then to see them like rehabilitating and like, that's what really just makes me happy. So when you get someone and their voice was one way, and then you can help them to develop it, and then you see the joy taking place, because there's like this competence that comes with it, you know, and this confidence that comes with it. And so you see like that change, and it really, it's like the best payment. I get paid money, yes, but like the payment is getting those texts at 2 o'clock. They text you so late, you know.
They do. You know, they be up. It's a lifestyle.
That's more time when we practice.
That's true.
So both of y'all, right? Want y'all to answer this question. Y'all are in the industry, right? That has a lot of facets to it. What's one thing that y'all like about the industry overall, and then what's one thing that y'all would change if you had the power to?
I know that immediately. You want to go first?
One thing I like about it, I like how everybody support. Well, I wouldn't say everybody, but I like the people who do support. How we be there for each other and stuff like that. One thing I don't like is, I know competition is good, you know, but I feel like they'd be looking at the competition in a different type of way. If y'all know what I mean.
I do.
And I don't like that, because I feel like we shouldn't be in competition. You know, I understand that we all doing the same thing, but I feel like we can all help each other. And, you know, get better from there. I don't like,
you know, healthy competition.
Healthy competition is what I like.
I think of it like, you know what I'm saying, I'm heavy in rap world and all that stuff. And back in the 90s or whatever, even though it was competitive, they still talked behind the scenes.
Right.
They discussed contracts with one another so that the new people could come in, or they could renegotiate better things, and they helped one another. The competition was like, okay, well, this person's able to do this, let's see where I can go with, you know what I'm saying, my skill set and things of that nature. So yeah, I mean, healthy competition breeds the best end results. But like you said, the sort of like heat almost.
Like you don't really know who on your side, or somebody just trying to be there because they're trying to see what you got going on or something. You don't even know if they really like you.
Exactly.
And that's crazy. Because I mean, most of the people I like you until you give me a reason not to like you. But then you gonna know that I don't like you. And then I don't, you know, it's just me though. And you can't expect other people to do what you do.
Yeah, you can't expect you and other people.
Yeah.
So what about you?
So I do, I love the communities that are built in the music industry.
See, that's the word I was looking for right now.
Communities. So I'll brag on Middle Georgia just because we're in it, you know, okay? And I coach a lot of people, and I coach all over just because I'm an online vocal coach, so, you know, they're in Dubai, Nigeria, like they everywhere. But physically and tangibly in Middle Georgia, like where there's a lot of shows and stuff. I coach a lot of artists, and so it's so weird how them all having the same vocal coach or being under the same vocal coaching company brought like it's almost like a fraternity or a sorority, like, you know, the Soco musicians. Whenever we're in the building together, like, we have this presence, and so it's such a really cool community. And it's not the kind where people feel like, you know what I mean? It's just the kind that breeds respect, you know, and expectation, which is nice. Like when someone knows that you're a Soca musician, they expect you to take that stage. They expect the confidence that comes with it. So I do like that. What I don't like about the music community is, and I'm trying to change this narrative, but I don't like that when you start really, really working hard and grinding and you aren't sleeping a lot, you booking out shows, you're going to festivals, how we forget the love that the voice, we forget that love part. Like, when my husband passed away, I was 25 years old, and I remember, because he was a drummer, going to church bothered me because there was drummers at church. Listening to the radio, listening to certain music, it bothered me because there was always a drummer. And so but music brought me comfort, and so the only thing that could really bring me comfort was my voice. And I believe it's because I like the sound of my voice that I could comfort myself and cry things out by singing. I remember Leandria saying the same thing, that when she was going through, I think she was like homeless and she had a bunch of other stuff. Don't quote me, but she had like a hard life, and she would talk about how she would sing to herself to make herself feel better. And the voice has that ability. If you can sing other people happy, you can absolutely sing yourself happy. But when you get busy, a lot of times we forget the healing properties that the voice as an instrument has. Do you know what I mean? Like, music is very healing.
It is.
And so a lot of people, matter of fact, I was telling you I went to a funeral today, right? Well, the guy that passed, his wife was a singer, and she was telling me on the phone, she was like, I'm done with the music industry, I don't trust it anymore. Like, I'm even my faith in God, I don't even want to sing anymore. But I was like, look, I understand that you don't trust the industry because there's some things that happen in the industry that's gonna make you like, you know, but your voice should always be something that you can go to for healing. Like, don't deduce it to the industry, because without the industry, you still are an instrument, and you'd be surprised how healing yourself, you can heal yourself through your beautiful voice. She has a beautiful voice, and I was talking to her today, and she was like, man, that conversation really, really helped me, because we do, like, a lot of people come to me, they got these gigs and stuff, and they're stressed out, and I have to try to bring them mentally back and be like, you know, you love this song, we can have fun with this song, because this is a really good song, and you sound amazing on it. So I know that they're putting pressure on you because they want to sell out, and I know that they're doing this, but at the end of the day, you still love to sing. And so, like, that's what I want. I feel like that'll help so many people on stage, because when you get on stage, sometimes you're like, oh, they're looking at me, and there's all of these other things. But at the end of the day, you love your voice and you love this song, so you can get on there and you can own it just mentally off of that, and that energy will carry on, because whatever energy you bring to the stage, that's what they're going to take back. If you're getting up there like, I'm nervous and awkward, they're going to be like, you know. But if you get up there like it's your stage, there's people who may not be the most talented, but they own a stage and they own a crowd because they own that stage. And so, like, you don't have to be in a trap musically if you don't want to. So that's what I want to change. Sorry that was so long.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot.
Okay.
All right. So y'all here, y'all immersed in the culture, the music and everything. And it's not like a bad on the spot question, but who are give me 3 artists that y'all come across where you think they need to be pushed to that next level as far as breaking out?
Breaking out.
Push to the next level.
I'm gonna say LeVay.
Yeah, definitely.
She's so good. She's beautiful. She got the crowd.
She
But
got that stage presence.
she's got the stage presence. She literally is like, she got it all. I want to see her kicked through this industry's doors, because once you get her, like, you can't not like it. You know what I mean? But I want to see her. I want to see her shoot up. That's one person for sure.
Okay.
You're the second.
Me. Okay. I'm working on it. I don't know what it is.
No.
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you heard him sing?
No, I have not.
Lord have mercy.
He's so good. Like, there's a reason why he's a lot of people's
Like
standard.
blueprint for
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's so good and he's lovable too.
Yeah.
Like,
I can tell. I get that. energy from you.
He's got the voice that someone said this, and it stuck out to me because it's I'm not saying it's true, but it's how it is. And she said, "You're so good. You should be stuck up."
Okay, I get that.
Do you get what she's saying?
Yeah.
He's so good that if he was stuck up, it would be understandable.
Because everybody's talent isn't the same. Like I tell people,
Right.
the music industry is like any other profession, right? You got people who are A, B, C, whatever. Just like the NBA, you got superstar players or whatever. Then you got, your role players and your bench players and all that stuff, whatever. So everybody is not cut the same,
Like, no one would be shocked if LeBron had a tude, you know what I mean, or had an air, but he's got the talent for that, and I'm glad you don't have that. Let me just make this clear, because I'm not saying you should be stuck up, but I'm saying if you were stuck up, it would be understandable because you're so good.
Oh, my mom made sure that happened.
He's so lovable.
She used to set me straight so much, because I was a little when I was younger, because I sang better than everybody in school, And she used to bring me down.
So
bring me back to earth.
Where do you want to take your journey then? Do you want to be known as that artist? Because you're doing vocal coaching now.
Yeah.
So
I love everything about singing. I do want to be. I want to be an artist myself. Touring and singing all over the world and stuff. That's what I'm working on now.
Okay.
I had to figure out how to get there. But that's what I'm working on. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
All the extra stuff like vocal coaching and stuff like that, singing background, all that. That's good. I want to do that too. But that's my main focus, being an artist.
That's what's up. I like that. I love pushing artists. I work with independent artists all the time. Like I had a meeting yesterday with one that it was an impromptu meeting. It was brought to me because I'm a protege. She's working on the project, and she happened to know him. So while we're in there in my office, we're just talking. He was talking about how he was in Cali, and he had signed to some other artist, but through a label out there. Was out there 4 years, and he was just telling me I understand the industry. I'm like, he won't get his master's back for like 4 years from that project, but I love how I'm able to have a conversation because he was getting a feel for me. So then I'm just running through all this stuff. Oh, he loved it. He grabbed business cards. His homeboy grabbed business cards. So I expect to get some phone calls sometime this week coming up to set up a more in-depth meeting. But I love pushing artists who want to go do that because I don't look at the industry as a lot of negative things. I just look at it as like it is what it is with any industry. You're going in, you're grinding, you're making a name for yourself, learn as much as you can. When I was at Fort Valley getting my degree and I knew I wanted to get into the industry, I spent $3,000 just on books, magazines, finding all sorts of articles, learning everything I possibly could about all the multitudes of the industry, the publishing, the copyrights, all that stuff, encoding the music. What does the music director do at the radio station? What does the music supervisor do? Who's the program director? All that stuff. How to sync license, everything. How to copyright. I'm like, there's just so much performances, working with DJs, all that, promoters, lawyers, managers, all that stuff. I'm like, behind as well as a bookshelf. got no books on it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I give them to some of the artists. I'm sure y'all run into like 30. I do a lot of stuff with her.
I want to see her go to the next. That's one of my people.
Okay, so
She worked at my son's school. She just started working there.
No way.
She just started working at my son's school. So we just had like I mean, I just seen her like, that was my first time seeing her at the thing at 44th and Madison on first Friday.
Wait.
That was
You
my
never
first,
seen her perform?
I never seen her perform.
I'm so mad she didn't do that one song because she used to do it all the time. I just want to smoke weed on the beach and da da da.
Yeah,
But
we just skip with that song.
it's so good. Every time she does that song, everybody's like, ah. When she comes back, I'm gonna make her do it again.
And she know a lot too. So
she's so good.
I've been working with her. I met her like 3 years ago at an event. It's on where Guap Studios is, and we kicked it since that event. We've done a lot of work together. We've done interviews together. We do skits together. She does. She's a Dorsey for the cook shop as well. I really helped put her on the path to her business, Purple Heart Entertainment.
Right.
That was my influence in my doing. Making sure she understands the music industry and the fact that she's been able to take all that knowledge, and she got a couple of my books too.
You have books?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have
No,
books.
I thought you were saying that you read books. I didn't know that you were saying you wrote books.
No. I haven't read any books.
Okay.
No. All the books that I read and stuff, I put them on my bookshelf. So then when they come into my office, they'll look at it like, hold on, you got that book? Can I get it? Yeah, here, take the book. Go and read it and apply the information. Because, oh my God, the books, if I have to, I just buy the book again if I really need it. But I've read so many books or whatever that all the information starts to be the same.
Yeah.
It's just presented in a different way. And then you just learn more. But yeah, that's what I do. I work with a lot of independent artists. I saw her yesterday.
She called me today too.
I worked with her, did a lot of skits with her, gave her a lot of knowledge and stuff like that. So there's a lot of artists behind the scenes. I've either had my fingers in some stuff, or I'll point them in the right direction, or I put them with people.
Yeah.
Like the reason Lurdy formed the 44th and Madison, I said was turned on deals because of me.
They told me about you too.
I did their first marketing campaign.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, Mello and Brittany, I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, I know. They put me on you. And then later we end up meeting at Blueprint, but they had already told me prior. So then when you hit me up on Facebook, I was like, oh yeah, because yes, I was gonna do this anyway.
Exactly.
I'm learning all that stuff now because I'm in school for audio production.
At Full Sail?
Yeah.
So I know a few people who graduated from there, so shoot me your contact stuff and I'll put you in contact with the recent graduates. And that way, what you're going, because they went through the same program.
Yeah.
That way, if there's any questions, because there are people here who went to Full Sail, like Track Schematic, Jeremy, who did Sunny Spoon back in the day, used to do all his stuff. He went, I bumped into him, was it 5 months ago, something like that, walking downtown. He just told me he recently graduated from Full Sail University in Florida.
Yeah.
Right. See. All right. So we got that. Who would be a third person here?
Lauren
Michelle?
Yeah. The one you call your alien sister.
That's why I want to see her and Courtney.
Yes. Can we group them together?
this is y'all's pick.
Definitely Lauren. They're two different artists, but Lauren Courtney.
Yeah.
And Lauren is in the midst right now. I can't say it what she's got going on, but she's cooking and she's doing things the right way. So she's about to take off like a rocket ship too. And I'm just praying that they all do. I need you to rocket ship. I need Courtney to rocket ship. I need LeVay to rocket ship. And they have what it takes. They just need a team. Once you get that right team behind you, 'cause that's what I learned. I had a guy in Atlanta, I won't name drop him, but he's behind all of the major artists like Usher, TLC, Boyz II Men, and he hit me up last year. And he said, "You a bad girl. I want you on my team. Because he was looking for a vocal coach to put for his people. So I went up to Atlanta, and he was just showing me everything that they go through. And when they came to him, they weren't these sensations. They were being made into the sensations. And it's because they had stylists, they had A&R, they had a vocal coach, they had manager, they had a choreographer, they had a good band, they had like, it's the team that's really what catapults you. I'm telling you, there's so many people that are talented, but they don't have a team, and they're gonna just, they won't shoot up.
Yeah, it takes it does take a team, like you said, artist development, you know.
Yeah.
The big labels, you know, they don't really do that anymore, so it's been individuals who've been developing artists with their resources.
Yeah.
Because if they sign like to an artist development deal with someone dead and they invest all this money or whatever, then they get them to that point where they sign, they just collect their money back and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's a problem a lot of times.
Well, you know,
they didn't realize all of the money that had to be paid for all of that.
Well, you know, if you're transparent and you're upfront with, because I've signed artists before, because I have my own independent label, and I'm like, if you're upfront or whatever and let them know, then you know you can, as an artist, once you get and I'm telling this, once you're branded, right, and you have a certain amount of money that was dumped into you for marketing, promotions, development, all that stuff, whatever. You can't ever take that back from the public, right? Once you're branded, I'm talking about where people think of you.
Right.
So that will provide you other opportunities in the future as long as you stay the course and you act, you know what I'm saying, professional and all that stuff, whatever. Don't get big head like someone be doing and, you know, lose focus of what you're supposed to be doing. Because any deal, regardless of it being a bad deal, as long as you're not shelved and you're greenlit, meaning that, you know, they open up the budgets and they're spending that money, I mean, you can be able to leave that situation and go get you something better. But it's, you know, it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, you know, people invest, they want their money back.
That's true.
So, like, I've spent like $6,000 on a rap artist, whatever, never put out a project.
Oh, wow.
That happens a lot.
It does. It happens way more than what people think it does.
Yeah.
And like the ones that you see that are successful on the charts or whatever, multiply that by like 1,000. That's how many people are signed to the labels and the roster, and you won't ever hear about them.
That's crazy.
But the money went into them too. Yeah.
Exactly. Money went into them, and then because we're human.
Man, if I had the money to do this type of stuff, it would definitely be done. That's like my biggest.
Well, you can do a lot of stuff independent, right?
Yeah, but
well, no. Well, okay, I'm gonna take away your butt, right? Because I can tell you stuff that I've done independently. Like my first YouTube check was $700 in 1 month. I have a video from years ago where I got it up to 700,000 views, and I got another one that's 100-some thousand. Put out my own projects and stuff like that. So you can make money. You just gotta treat it like a business outside of your craft. Do your recording and all that stuff. That's the fun part. The songwriting, the performance and all that. That's still fun. But then outside of that, if you set it up like it's supposed to be done, you can make money from it. Like you can make $100,000 from 1,000 fans.
Really?
Yeah. That's $100 a fan. Pay you a year. You can get $100 out of a person in a whole year. You got 12 months to do that. That's you do $10 a month. Take 2 months off. If you're offering them something like a subscription, something of value, okay, let's just go down this rabbit hole. So when I consult with artists, I show them all the different things you can do, and the only limitation you have is your imagination, right? So let's say you're an artist out there, you're really connecting, you built up this core fan base, and you're recording your project, your debut project. Before you put it out, you do a focus group. Okay, I'm about to do this focus group, do it like share your teaser. Charge people to come to the, you know, and listen. People love exclusive access to stuff and getting it before everyone else. Or you're sitting there doing a listening party and, you know, they're paying a subscription, whatever, because now you're about to do a survey. Like, I got like these 10 songs, I need y'all to rate these 10 songs according to 1 to 10, blah, 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 whatever. So now they're tied into the process. Okay, now you're about to get an exclusive shirt or whatever for doing, you know, little things like that. I'm like, it's all sorts of different things that you can do to where you can enhance the experience that they have with you that everybody else can't have.
Yeah.
And that right there is invaluable because people pay for that. And when you tie them into the process, they don't have to own the process, but they take ownership of it. It spreads like wildfire, and they're your core fans. And then your core hard fans. I had this one girl, I told her, I was like, look, you got this fan base at XYZ or whatever. Take some of them and now let's do a fan club. Put them as the president and have them assign other people to different tasks and stuff. So now you got like social media and email marketing and collecting data and all that stuff from people, and now they get like exclusives that you just send them that no one else gets because of the work that they're doing. And they buy in and like help spread the word and I'm with it. So yeah.
That's
I'm full of like, you know, all that stuff.
That was
whatever.
that fire hydrant drink, huh?
A friend of mine went to Fort Valley. He's in Virginia. I talked to him last night. It was 11 o'clock. He called me. Man, I've been trying to call you. He's been trying to call me since November last year. I didn't see the message when I hit him up. Excuse me. He wanted to get more gigs. I was like, okay, so what kind of gigs are you trying to get? He told me. I was like, cool. This is what you need to do. Shoot content around you having a gig. I was like, well, I ain't got the gig. Okay, mimic the gig then. What do you mean? Set it up like it's an acting scene. Get you a good videographer. You want you like a club type scene. Get your strobe lights and all that stuff, whatever. Go find some space. DJ your set. Show, because he said he likes the transitions and the blending is where, you know, he's really good at. Highlight that. You got like 10 people in the crowd that's gonna act and stuff like that. Film it, put it together, edit it, put it out there as a finished product to the promoters that are you trying to book inside those clubs, because now you got a visual representation of what you can do.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a place where I'm slow, slacking at.
And the good thing about it is that you sing a lot of places, so you don't need to assimilate a spot. You just need to record it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The last few times I was saying I haven't recorded.
You need to plus one someone to do it for
Exactly.
you.
Get you a good person of yours. If you can't hire nobody professionally to do it, then get you homeboy, homegirl, whomever that's in your squad that's like really wanting you to win. Turn that person into, okay, your job is to film me, and then like, you know, consult with a videographer or something like that, and be like, hey, what are the best angles I need to capture? We're gonna pull this off, and then, you know, if you need to, just pay for the editing. So
Lurdy, one of the good things or the great things that I love about 44th and Madison is we made that open mic. Now it's blown up, right? But we made that for artists who weren't getting the gigs yet, but they wanted to. Because I get a lot of artists come to me and they say, I see people on the stage and I feel like I can do that, you know? And I want to be confident in my voice. So they come to me for the practical side, mental and the practical side of it. But that doesn't mean that they're gonna book a gig. So me, Brittany Mello, and Ray at the time came up with this, well, they have the spot, but we start doing the open mic so that people who wanted to get comfortable on the stage or to have a place that was set up for success, because like a lot of people are not gonna get that same feel at a karaoke joint. You know, the music is karaoke music. You know what I mean? It looks like a karaoke spot, and so it doesn't look like you're a featured artist when you're singing karaoke. So we got 12/12 music on the sound, so that when they get on the
really
stage,
great sound. I heard
it's
some recent videos.
It's they're the best. I mean, not just in this area. They are not just here. They are everywhere. And there's a reason why. It's because the sound is so crispy. And every time new people get on the mic, they're always like, whoa, this mic is insane. It's because they're not used to having that kind of sound. So all you gotta do, Lurdy is one of them. She's one of my favorite people that performs at 44th and Madison, just because she is the only person that has ever come in there and consistently set up her phone on a ring light. And she will record the whole performance. And you already know the audience is gonna be there. Like, we've created this space for creatives, and the audience treats it like that. So there's gonna be feedback, there's gonna be much love, the mics are gonna be crispy, the place is beautiful. So it's literally set up for content. Like, we set it up for that and for you to get comfortable on stage. So many people came to 44th and Madison and they had never been able to be on stage, and now they're booking shows. One of the people is Brianna. Brianna, she does poetry. She wasn't a poet like that. She be on flyers now, but she started where? At 44th and Madison, getting on there, getting used to the feedback of a crowd, because that's like a huge part of it. You know, like, are you boring?
And then 44th Madison, I know their crowd. Their crowd comes from all over the state.
Yeah.
It's not just Warner Robins or Macon. I mean, you got people from Savannah and all sorts of places.
Valdosta, Atlanta, they come down because they already know that everything's gonna be good. It's not going, when you walk in, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, this is a nice place." And then, everybody's always so surprised.
Spent a lot of money remodeling.
They did. Have you seen the before pictures? It's like nothing like that. They used to be the old Christian bookstore.
I never went in.
Used to be Lifeway. Well, it didn't look nothing like
it didn't look nothing like what it does now.
Yeah, they really souped it up, and then they have the best sound. I know we're not sponsored by 44th and Madison.
No, we're not. But, you know,
I mean, they just...
But that's what you do. You give people their flowers, and
they're just the best out here.
They are.
And the artists, like, the host is from Selco Music Development, so the talent on the stage is gonna be good. So that's why people come out. Is Atlanta for the longest time was known for being the place that if you want to hear good music, if you want to hear good musicians, if you want to hear good singers, you got to go to Atlanta. And now we're eating them, man. We're eating them. They're coming down here to Middle Georgia, of all places.
That's what I said. That's why I said earlier, Middle Georgia has always had the capacity to be able to do stuff like that. So just think, 44th and Madison, along with everybody else, local music and everything, is pouring into for an event space to do that. We can do it full circle though. Everything else that goes along with the industry can be poured into a particular way to where we have our own infrastructure where we get attracted regionally and nationally and even worldwide. It has the capability to do that.
I mean, it's gonna happen because it's so new and it blew up just so new. Like, there's places in Atlanta that's been around. I know I was going, I'm not gonna name drop, but this one place in downtown Atlanta, and I was going there when I was in college. So I was 19, I'm 39. So that was 20 years ago. And our crowd is eating their crowd right now.
Oh, wow.
And 44th and Madison ain't been here, they ain't been here 5 years.
Yeah.
But they found the right recipe. Like, there's a recipe. And I like, again, going to Atlanta and seeing the big dog, okay? And he was very upfront about, like, the team got to be good. Like, the team, and it was crazy. I felt so honored to be asked to be a coach for him because I'm like, you were in Atlanta. You don't need to go all the way to Middle Georgia. But he was like, no, I want you to, you know, because he wanted a specific type of result. Because when you're like Akon bringing his artists down here, T-Pain, like they all come through him. They just want to have an artist and throw them down there, and then y'all develop them, you know, because I believe that you can. You got the team to develop them. You got everything they need, you know, silver platter. Yeah. All you got to do is just follow the formula. It always works, and it does. I mean, that's why you see people, they be hating the ones that's talented, and they're like, man, I'm better than them. Why are they blowing up like this? It's because they went through that that process.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we did. I did that for years.
That's crazy.
I love it.
You tell I am.
I love it. But I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation with y'all. So let everybody know where can they follow. They want to inquire things of that nature.
Yeah.
You know, because y'all both are coaching now, so you know you can get some more clients. That's gonna help with the artist career.
I'm happy with them too. I'm happy. But anyway, y'all can follow me on Facebook at Kiel Jackson, Kiel Jackson, and Kiel Jackson Music as well. If you want to follow my artist page, I'm on TikTok, Instagram as I am Kiel with 4 L's. That's IAMKIELLLL. And I am taking gigs. You know, you can book me right now for anything. I say whatever. Don't book me for no funerals. I'm over that.
Oh my gosh, because that'll be a rabbit hole.
Yeah. I'm over funerals. I don't get too many.
You don't want to do the
I'm over it. You know, if you want some vocal coaching, normally I'll be saying my coach, but you know, I'll take it now. I got to get out the instance of saying that. Cause when people be saying, I need a vocal coach, I'll be like, well, you know, I got a good vocal name. Right? So now I got to start being
now
like,
you gotta
you
get
know, I'm
tagged
vocal
too.
coach. You know, it's hard because I talk about Cherelle everywhere.
I love you and I appreciate that. He's a coach too.
I'm a coach, y'all. Coach Kiel.
You can find me on Facebook, Selco Music Development, SELCO. Selco stands for self-confidence, because when you're confident in your ability, you know what you're doing, you can get on stage and relax, okay? So Selco Music Development, follow me on Facebook. You'll see, if you scroll down, you'll see so many artists. I coach so many more. I'm a virtual coach as well. So I'm your coach in a pocket. I do coach in person. They're booked out. But you make it in person?
No.
Well, I'm sorry. They get the person. They don't want to get up. They be there for years.
They be gone every time I try.
They won't get up. They won't leave it because they already know once they get up, we're gonna sit down and won't get back up. But yeah, you can follow me on Facebook. You can email me selcomusician@gmail.com. My phone number is public, 478-978-5590. My name is Cherelle. Thank you so much, Raul, for having us.
You're welcome. You know, this is what this platform is for. You know, like I said, now I feel like I'm doing the job that I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm the connector and putting people together and shining on greatness and the potential greatness of folks. Because I don't see anybody else doing it in the manner that I do it in. So I'm just gonna keep doing this. This is my lifetime thing now. I fell into my lifetime thing. It'll be 8 years. February 9th.
Oh, it's coming up. You gonna have a party?
I've been thinking about that. I don't know. I'm debating. Do I want to or do I don't know. I got so much stuff going on.
Oh, that's soon too. Yeah, that's soon.
Yeah, I have like 18 interviews this month. I got booked for interviews in February all the way to March, so I still got a few dates open, but I got so much. Like I'm gonna show y'all in a minute all the stuff got on the board. But anyway, y'all go follow resources. See, bringing y'all resources here, Middle Georgia and beyond. And as always, y'all keep following the page, Make That Radio Show on Facebook, Instagram, Make That _radio_show. Relaunching the app. I don't know when, but it's still on Google's, on Apple or whatever. I gotta relaunch that one. I keep with the website and all the stuff, and then also y'all know I got the cook shop, so go support the cook shop, get your hemp-based products, and yeah.